to do. Make the like button blue, sub if you're new.
Hello, salutations, what to do? It's not the gamer, all father, Durag Gang. Other vibes like scrub. Let's get it. What's up, chat? Happy Monday. Oh. Still kind of setting up here. Hope you had a great weekend. What up, what up? Just like the stream. Yes, very important. Make sure you like the stream. First thing you should do is say hi to your fellow chatters. Then you should like the stream. Trying to fix this, but it's not working. My Elgato green screen is failing me. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Travis? Lonely Fades, love the name. What's up? What's up, Pumptron? What's up, Aaron? Geraldine, can't wait for Raza Hydra. Same. What's up, the noob? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna fix this damn thing. Why is it doing this? I'm determined to fix this freaking stream. Oh, I think I know what to do. What's up, Eastwood? I can fix this. Gotta edit the transform. Getting into today, I wanted to get some reaction content in for the other channel. I've been meaning to. I wanted to wait a little bit, but I've been meaning to do this for a while. This new Spider-Man trailer that I have to react to. I've been wanting to react to it. I figured I'd do it here live and then share it on the second channel. So two birds, one stone, as it were. What's up, Super Patrick? When the Rise of Hydra release for Wolverine? I mean, in theory, it should. They did say it's supposed to launch in early 2026. But that could also just get delayed because, I mean, they still haven't shown any gameplay. So we'll actually just have to see. But in theory, yeah. According to what the last thing they said, Rise of Hydra is supposed to be early 2026. So if it is, then yeah, we should definitely see it, because I don't think Wolverine will be early 2026. That would be that seems pretty ambitious. I was thinking like maybe late 2026, maybe December, November, that range. Because I don't think it's ready yet. I think they're according to the latest reports, they're targeting 2026 for sure. But I don't think the game's far enough along to do an early 2026. And you don't want it to slip to like GTA 6 range, which is like May, June. And Insomniac usually likes releasing in the fall anyway. So I'm thinking, yeah, assuming Rise of Hydra doesn't get delayed again, it should come out between January and March, and then Insomniac should drop in like October through December, one of them. Now, every time you thought about drafts, I'm sure it's a daily struggle to time out Travis or not to time out. I think ultimately Travis is a force for good. His terrible takes have a way of uniting everybody. What did I think of the Avengers game that got shut down? You mean Marvel's Avengers? The game that I started my YouTube channel with? I'm guessing you're Eureka. Yeah, I started my channel with Marvel's Avengers. Like when I decided to, when I was just a humble gamer. I saw the trailer for Marvel's Avengers and Ghost of Tsushima over the summer of 2020. I thought, oh, those look crazy. I got to get that. So I ended up playing the Avengers beta, got hooked on it, and I stuck with it through the terrible launches, mainly because of Miller. And then around the time Hawkeye was about to drop, I started my YouTube channel. First I started on Twitch, and then I realized Twitch has dog water discoverability, so I started making YouTube content. And I decided, oh, I'm playing Avengers anyway. I might as well do some Avengers content. So I did a Bag of Tricks Hawkeye video that blew up, and the rest was history. I think I've between PS4 and PS5, I've put like in terms of both versions of the game, because I only ever played it on PS5. I have like 3,000 hours on the game, at least. In that range. Yeah, that takes me back. What's up, Champagne? Yeah, how it all started indeed. Except for you, it was the Guardians of the Galaxy game. I remember that. Shout out to High Ruler, because yeah, when I was covering, obviously it's still covering, I was a full Avengers creator at that point, but I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer and the presentation, and I was like, I don't know, this doesn't look great. I feel like they didn't do a really good job of selling it, especially the combat looked a little sus, and I wasn't sure if I was going to try to go for a code for it at the time, and then High Ruler convinced me, because he had played it early. He was like, "Oh no, you gotta cover this game. You gotta get a code." So I have Square Enix to get a code, cut off High Ruler's word, and ended up, getting early access to Guardians of the Galaxy and just covering the whole series on the channel, and ended up being one of my all-time favorite games. So shout out to High Ruler. He was wrong about Babylon's Fall, but he was right about Guardians. I mean, the combat was the weakest part of the game, but it was good enough, and it didn't drag down like the incredible story. Sad. I think overall, I mean, obviously it didn't sell according to its potential, but I think overall it's a success now, because it started off slow, definitely because of Avengers, and the marketing. I think the marketing was more so than anything. It was just awful marketing. But yeah, between word of mouth, getting on Game Pass and all this other stuff, I think the game ultimately, I mean, it probably didn't make much for Square Enix because they sold their studio, but I think it's overall success because Embracer didn't delist it, so it's definitely making the money. What's up, Beast? Appreciate you. Shout out to the Twitch side of the chat. Mind you, Wolverine drops after the big PS5 Pro graphic performance update next year. Are they having one next year? That's interesting. Yeah, everything started for you in regards to the classic Ninja Turtles. Man, I wish that game was not hooked. I was really looking forward to Last Ronin. Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, well enough that. Oh yeah, the Guardians is definitely, undeniably a better game. Avengers, yes, still loved Avengers for what it was. Guardians they're very different games, but Guardians was like a masterpiece. That's one of the best stories I've ever experienced in a game. Better than a lot of movies. I felt like the Guardians story was better than the actual Guardians movie. I'm not gonna lie. Like not only the representation of the characters, but like the actual plot too. That was just a incredible game. Midnight Sun's better than Adventures. I'll push back on a little bit. In terms of for what it was, in terms of the genre trying to achieve a certain genre, like as a looter shooter, obviously Avengers failed. I mean Midnight Suns also technically failed, but yeah, I did love Midnight Suns. I will say Avengers had a better story. And the combat comes down to personal preference. I enjoyed the combat in Guardians of the Galaxy in Midnight Suns, even though it was a turn-based strategy game, because I do enjoy my card games, but I thought Avengers combat was more fun. I don't think Midnight Suns. So the issue with Midnight Suns is that it had an interesting setup, good premise, but it definitely has some CW ass writing. So, like that I think that's where it kind of went off the rails a little bit for a lot of people, especially the visuals on top of that. Like the gameplay visuals looked incredible. They had some really cool cinematics, but when you're like in the outpost wandering around, all that got a little sus. Not gonna lie. But like as a straight campaign, I think it's definitely a lot closer. Like the Avengers main campaign was actually really solid. Predictions for Spider-Man 3. I mean, we know they're setting up Green Goblin. Based on the latest rumors about the Venom game, it looks like that's where they're going to put Carnage. So we're getting final chapter adaptation. So that's Doc Ock, Norman, Green Goblin. They already confirmed Cindy Moon, so she'll be like the third playable Spider Hero. And I'm guessing they always like to have like some secondary villains, so I'm thinking maybe Chameleon pops up because they need more villains to do the final chapter. So Chameleon was brought back for Spider-Man 2 as part of Craven plotline, so maybe we bring back Chameleon, add him into the mix. They teased Hydro Man, Speed Demon, and Big Wheel in Spider-Man 2 as Easter eggs, but they didn't end up making it into the game. So maybe they'll actually make it into Spider-Man 2 this time. And I think it's very possible we get Hobgoblin Harry. Because they're definitely going to inject him with the G serum to try to wake him up. Second, bro, don't even joke about Screwball. Do not even do not even joke about that. Bro, I'm so glad Screwball is in prison and didn't break out of the raft. What an absolutely dog water villain. Oh god, that was so annoying. I legitimately never want Screwball to appear in another game. Definitely not the Insomniac version. I've had enough. I definitely, if we're gonna meme with a villain, I'd rather it be Big Will. Big Will would be fun, and people have been actually asking for Big Will. All right, I'm setting up this reaction trailer real quick. Lonely Face, appreciate the 2 predictions for the Wolverine trailer. So I think that this trailer, which they said according to Insider Gaming, is definitely going to be almost certainly, that's what their source said, going to be at the PlayStation event. But you know, it could still be, you know, Game Awards or whatever. But since we already had the reaction trailer, Insomniac's style is they'll do like a reveal trailer, and then they'll do like a gameplay deep dive. That's typically how they roll. They did the reveal trailer for, though they could switch it up a little bit, because I don't think it will be early 2026 for Wolverine. So I'm pretty sure they're definitely doing a gameplay trailer. I'm just not sure if they're going to do the usual like 10-12 minute gameplay demo, or like a smaller gameplay trailer just to set up the release window. But I definitely think they're going to do the release window, and they're going to kind of introduce the story. Might take place in the Princess Bar again. Actually, I'm thinking or somewhere maybe in just around Madripoor, maybe in the wilderness or something. But I would imagine we're going to get a fight inside the Princess Bar, since they started the reveal trailer with Wolverine in the Princess Bar. So I think maybe we'll get like gameplay segment from that. Should be fun. You know, Hawk and Superman game, pass overdue. Definitely agree. What's up, Gabe? Nothing yet. Just chilling, waiting for everyone to get in here while I set up this stream. So first thing I want to do is I want to react to that new Spider-Man trailer. Spider-Man Alone. All right, let me see. Hey, Screwball, as you should. Screwball is absolutely terrible. All right, let's set this up. we go. All right. All right, let's get this ready. There we go. All right, this trailer is for Spider-Man Alone. This is a fan film from Gold Century Films. We'll put them in the chat. I avoided watching the whole thing, so I watched a little bit of it and it's like, oh, okay, this was like something worth reacting to. So let's do that. All right, let me move this as well. Went to New York last week, kept looking up, imagining what it would be like swinging through those neighborhoods. Still expensive. So the downside of being Spider-Man and like not selling out. It should be monetizable, but it's not. I'm ready. Let's set this up. Okay, so this is a new trailer for Spider-Man Alone. It is a fan film from Gold Century. It's a fan film from Golden Century. And they're dropping this trailer to promote their Indiegogo. They're trying to raise money for the film. So let's see what it's hitting on.
Here's where it has to hit, right there. Okay. All right. Okay, Pete, ready?
Ready.
That's young Peter. Looks like Uncle Ben. But don't hate me, Yuri. Doesn't that look like Yuri Lowenthal? just like really old.
Sorry, I'll get it.
A Mets fan. Okay. I like the original music.
You all right, Pete?
Thanks.
It's all right, sucker. That's the thing about baseball. It's one long season. Don't
True.
worry about whether you win or lose. Just keep swinging.
Here it is. All right, the homemade suit of so right off rip. This is where I could tell it's definitely a fan film. Cause this is definitely some some rough CGI. You can definitely tell it's this is a green screen. They probably shouldn't have emphasized the feet here.
Officials have told us two things regarding the arrest warrant, but here to put it into perspective for the first time is the renowned Daily Bugle news publisher.
Here, music getting crazy.
J. Jonah Jameson here. Spider-Man. Wanted criminal, wielding powers he has no right to possess. Trying to pass himself off as a hero.
He's wanted.
But fear not, New York. Tonight, he'll be caught in his web of lies.
The homemade suit ain't bad. Got the Daredevil hand wraps. Whoa. Okay, this suddenly got peaked. What the hell? The budget just kicked in. Holy. Hey, yo. This just got crazy. Where did this come from? Hold up. I thought it was about to get like a little janky because of the green screen. I'm like, okay, cute little fan film. All of a sudden, this turned into a Disney production. What the hell? Holy. Music going crazy.
Promise me one thing. Just keep swinging.
With great power comes great swinging. Okay, that was that was actually fire. Hold up. I'm always impressed by these fan films, like the ones that like are really good, because I don't know, because there's some fan films that legit look better than like some of the stuff Disney and these big studios put out, and which makes you wonder, like, is it a talent gap or is there a lot of money laundering going on? Like the subtitle alone. Yeah, let's run it back.
Right there. Okay.
With less yap.
All right. Okay, Pete, ready?
Ready.
So that's Uncle Ben Yuri.
Sorry, I'll get it.
Shout out to Yuri Lowenthal, voice of Spider-Man.
You lost?
Money laundering, yeah. This is very well shot in the beginning.
You all right, Pete?
Thanks.
It's all right, sucker. That's the thing about baseball. It's one long season. Don't worry about whether you win or lose.
This is a Spider-Man alone.
Keep swinging.
So just keep swinging is the theme. Then we get to the homemade suit.
Officials have told
Yeah, this part looks rough.
regarding the arrest warrant, but
Just because they emphasize the feet.
for the first time is the renowned Daily Bugle news publisher.
After that, it just gets crazy.
J. Jonah Jameson here.
The Harry Potter glasses. He definitely looks like a young Daniel Radcliffe.
Wielding powers he has no right to possess. Trying to pass himself off as a hero. But fear not, New York. Tonight, he'll be caught in his web of lies.
It's not J.K. Simmons, but solid J. Jonah Jameson voice. Then this just gets absolutely peak. So they're actually hunting Spider-Man. Usually, like, the police here just kind of leave him alone, or he works with them. I see they don't have actual extras. The extras are CG below. But this looks insane.
Promise me one thing. Just keep
Swinging. That's really good. That was actually really good. So this is, of course, a fan film. This is from Golden Century. I put them in the chat. So they're trying to raise money to fund this thing. We can pull it up real quick. So, it's going to be episodic. So episode 1, it's a street level Spider-Man series. The street level Spider-Man series you always wanted. So it's actually a full series and not a movie. Okay. So they're looking for backers right now. They've got 73 backers, 2,300. Their goal is 250K. It's a flex goal, so they don't need the full amount. Yeah, I definitely would recommend if you enjoyed this, tap in. This looks pretty cool. I thought they did a really good job with the trailer. Yeah, no, definitely some rough spots, but based on the amount of money they're working with, yeah, I think that came out really well, especially the actual swing scenes. There's some legitimately really cool swinging sequences. And apparently this was inspired by I guess the creator mentioned childhood struggle with cancer, and the character means a lot to him. So nice little story. But yeah, if you're a Spider-Man fan, definitely check these guys out. I'll link it in the chat if you guys want to check out the Indiegogo campaign. There we go. Yeah, shout out to them. I enjoyed it. That was cool. All right, let's put alerts back on. What's up, Capte? Welcome. Are fan films able to avoid copyright? Essentially, at the they're basically at the behest of the IP holder. So there is fair use cases for like sufficiently transformative content. But they could technically, and Disney has done this before for certain people, they won't allow you to monetize it. Like I remember the Dragon Ball Z abridged guys would have issues with Funimation and whatever. So a lot of these typically rely on direct funding from fans in order to pay for everything through off-platform sites, because they technically would need a license in order to profit off of someone's intellectual IP. You know, fair use allows them to post it on the platform, but you know, profiting off of it is a different matter. They can obviously can claim that, but typically they're not going to like copy strike and like try to take it down, because that's just unnecessarily bad press. So as long as they're, you know, getting their, you know, funding from Patreon or you know, Indiegogo in this case, they can get by and pay for what they need to pay for. Yeah, Disney has all theirs, but yeah, Nintendo hasn't learned this yet, and they will eventually. But just because you can sue someone doesn't mean you should. like there's such a thing as goodwill. And the important thing about goodwill is that it may not immediately pay off, but goodwill shows itself when you need it the most. When you're struggling, when you're in a tough spot where you need a little bit of a boost. That's when goodwill can come into play and help you out. And Nintendo has burned a lot of it. Because, you know, of how greedy they are. And litigious. They want to own everything. They want to sue everybody. You know, they're very stubborn. They charge what they want to charge. Eventually, that's going to come back on them. Because remember, there was a time where Nintendo wasn't dominating, you know, like they are in their own little niche. Like they had their run. Super Nintendo and 64. But things went off the rails with the Wii U. And Nintendo was like, uh-oh. And then they decided just to try the handheld market, and they struck gold with the Switch. So now they've just been leaning into that. But there could come a time when maybe something else happens and new technology hits, and maybe suddenly people don't want to switch. You know, maybe they're not going to be interested in the Switch 3. That's where you would want, you know, loyalty and goodwill. And if you burn all that, well, could get a little sus. What's up, Liam? Yeah, coming after. Yeah, because there's no benefit for Disney to crack down on like a Spider-Man fan film, especially one that a lot of people like. There's no benefit. Like they don't need the money. They're not gonna get a lot of it anyway if they tried to sue. They would probably just try to take it down. But all they're gonna do is just make people mad at them. Like it's just a waste. It's just a waste of everyone's time over there. Like ultimately, it's people keeping the hype for Spider-Man alive, which Disney and Sony have an interest in because they have Spider-Man projects coming up. Speaking of, let me check New York Comic Con. So New York Comic Con next month might be interesting. So Marvel's going to be there again. Sony's going to have a panel. I think we might see some Beyond the Spider-Verse. And Spider-Man Noir. John Bernthal, Punisher, is going to be there. It could get interesting. Detroit Become Human movie trailer with Tom Holland and Zendaya. Imagine. Nintendo started losing ground with PlayStation launch. True. Yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse, I think it's supposed to come out in 2027. Let me check. Yeah, currently it's scheduled for June 25th, 2027. So yeah, this year they definitely got to start building up the hype if they're dropping in the next summer. So I think they drop some new stuff at New York Comic Con, get the hype train going. Get people talking about it again. This Captain America Rise of Hydra is going to be a younger version. I mean, not really. It's technically the same age as Captain America when he comes out of ice, because the whole thing about Captain America is that he disappears during World War II because he's frozen in ice, and then he wakes up in the modern day. So the version of Rise of Hydra isn't actually a younger Captain America. It's just Captain America before he went on ice. Because when he goes on ice, yeah, he's older technically, but also not really, because his body didn't age. But there's fundamentally no difference between Captain America before he went on ice and after. He has the exact same strength and speed. Has Miles Morales been the most successful superhero to step out of the original superhero shadow? I mean, I'd say there's a case to be made. I think Robin is much more famous than Miles, even though he hasn't had like his own movie. I feel like more people know who Robin is. Robin's kind of just like an iconic character who's been in a lot of stuff. Like, he hasn't had his own movie, but he's been in a lot of movies. He's, been in different cartoons and video games. Yeah, then you have Nightwing, who's got his own, who grew from Robin. That version of Robin grew into Nightwing, who's also very popular, has their own fandom and lore and stories now. So yeah, I think that would have to go to like the Robin role, I would say, in terms of stepping out of the shadow of the original character. Supergirl, to an extent, you can go with their. But Miles Morales is definitely making a run, like, because he's a relatively new character, and his popularity really started taking off with the Into the Spider-Verse movie and Insomniac's interpretation of him, because he wasn't really doing much in the comics. He didn't really take off until those adaptations of him in other media. Whereas Robin's just kind of been like iconic for many years now. It has nothing to do with like whether or not the character's new. It's about the question was like the original question was, is Miles the biggest character to step out of like the OG Shadow. It has nothing to do with who's more new. It's about their popularity and impact, and how well they were able to stand on their own, separate from, you know, the OG character. So in that case, yeah, Robin's definitely, I would say, number one. I can't think of anyone. I think of anyone else that's like more iconic than Robin. That was basically coming out of someone's shadow or sidekick type of role. I'm thinking like Supergirl, She-Hulk. Never thought you like Harry more than Peter Parker Spider-Man. Miles is pretty great. Yeah, honestly, Insomniac Spider-Man, I prefer Miles for sure. Like whenever I have the chance, I just play Miles. Like Miles Morales is my favorite Spider-Man game. I think it's definitely. Yeah, I like all the Insomniac games. But I think they have different strengths and weaknesses. I think Spider-Man PS4 obviously started all. I think it has the best story overall. In terms of like the main narrative, the side quests, you know, a little funky. But and I thought the suit powers were a cool addition. Spider-Man 2, I think, is like kind of the best overall in terms of like technical advancement. Like it's got the best villains, it's got the best combat, I think. But to me, Miles Morales has the least flaws. And is my personal favorite. Like I feel like Insomniac's Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man 2 both have like notable flaws, and I think Miles just has the least. Like to me, Miles just felt like complete. It was a short game. It has a great tight story. The combat, the aura, the vibes, like New York in the wintertime with the snow. Immaculate, amazing music. You know, it was the PS5 launch title, so you know the no load times. It had the crazy swinging because you know Miles' swinging is just way better than Peter's. So, and his combat to me is a lot more fun. They told a great story. I think it also has the best ending, like that final fight. In terms of like just the final mission, I feel like is the best in the series. I just play that game over and over again. I think it's just great. K-pop Demon Hunters 2 is coming, as it should. I mean, I saw that before. I mean, it was the biggest no-brainer. That was so funny. Sony people make fun of Sony sometimes because, you know, say they make stupid decisions, and they definitely aren't beating the allegations with K-pop Demon Hunters. Like the fact that they would sell the whole thing to Netflix for like only 20 mil, not understanding how big K-pop is, not to mention how good the actual movie was, is insane. like if I need to know who at Sony signed off on all that. Like who watched K-pop Demon Hunters and thought, yeah, let's just give that to Netflix. No one's going to care about that. Like, what are we doing? Like, that was literally $1 billion franchise. It had like 4 songs in like the Billboard top 10 or something crazy. It's about to be in Fortnite later this year. Like, What an insane bag fumble. What were they smoking? Somebody definitely got fired for that. Main reason you want a PS5 for the Spider-Man games and Miles Morales. The people in the neighborhood protect Miles' identity. Yeah, that was another reason that scene was so amazing. Like that ending was so good. It definitely was giving like the Tobey Maguire train scene from the Sam Raimi movie when he stops the train and he doesn't have his mask on and everyone like just carries him backwards and keeps his secret. That was such a great scene. That was such a great ending. Like Finn ultimately sacrificing herself. Upgraded the PS5 when Spider-Man 2 release. Picked it up. Miles Morales. Oh yeah, that must have been crazy. Going from Miles Morales to Spider-Man 2. Train scene gives you goosebumps. Yeah, it was so peak. Yeah, absolutely iconic. Absolutely iconic Spider-Man. Because it represented kind of everything you love about Spider-Man. I think Raimi did an insane job. So how's the stream quality? It says OBS says I'm dropping frames like crazy. And it never does that. It keeps going up. But I'm looking forward to a brand new day. Y'all assume any lagins on your end? No, I think he's just a kid. True. No, this time it's on my end. It says I'm dropping frames. Hold up. I gotta fix this. But I can't without ending stream. Why is it doing this now? You guess might be OBS or something needs an update. Always update it to the latest. I don't know. I know Jay was talking about he was having problems with OBS a while ago. It just started. This is the first time it's done this. It's weird. Hold up. Let me close out of everything. That's not OBS. See if that helps. Closing everything. Hope it didn't mess up my recording of the trailer reaction. Wasn't lagging as bad as it is now. No, it's not working. It's not affecting it at all. Yeah, I think I'd have to actually just hard reset in order to fix it. You're going to pre-order 007 First Light, as you should. Miles is going to be one of your favorite Marvel characters. No, true. Like I was not really paying attention to Miles until Into the Spider-Verse. And I just love all those movies. And he's just great in Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man. The first likes look really good. Definitely still gotta polish some stuff, but I think it's gonna be fun. Venom game. So if Venom is in 2027, then I mean technically they could announce it this year. Insomniac usually announces stuff like when they intend to get it like 2 years out a lot of times, but yeah, they're not opposed to announce something early. I think Wolverine's definitely the focus this year, but if there's a I think the state of play will just have Wolverine, but I don't know, maybe they announce Venom at the Game Awards, or maybe maybe PlayStation will finally have a showcase next year. I think a PlayStation showcase that would definitely have it there, but I think realistically, if Wolverine's next, I don't think they're going to do another double at a state of play. The double announcement was crazy at the showcase, but that was for a showcase. State of play is a different beast. All right, this is about when we're going to get DLC for Spider-Man 2. Yeah, for sure. That was unfortunate, but it looks like they may have just moved those assets somewhere else. I'm gonna try to fix OBS. I might have to close OBS to do it though. So hold on. All right, I'm back on it. All right, now OBS says it's fine. I think I fixed it. Yeah, we're good. The rumors about the Venom game. Yeah, you're talking about the MP First article. Yeah, for sure. Definitely check out the video, or just like the video I made on the Venom situation. MP First is a very reliable gaming website. They do news, reviews, scoops. They're very reliable, and they said they were able to verify the information about Venom being in development. They couldn't verify the stuff about Eddie Brock getting the Anti-Venom and all that other stuff. That came from another source, so they weren't able to verify that part, but they were able to verify the bit about Wolverine targeting 2026 and the Venom game still being in development. So I'm definitely excited about that part. That's pretty cool. Because I definitely wanted the Venom. I definitely wanted the Venom game to still exist, because I think that's just a cool idea. an open world Venom game. The mission wasn't enough for me. Especially since I felt like Venom's combat was kind of limited. Like, he didn't have a ton of abilities. Obviously, you couldn't swing around the city. But even his abilities was like, he didn't have that many to work with. And the glimpses of it that you got made it, you know, really made you really want to see what it'd be like. Oh, we're dropping frames again, but not too bad yet. All right. Come a long way since Avengers. Hell yeah. With Spider-Man, yeah, you could for sure. Especially if Eddie is involved. If Eddie's the main character, technically they could have Peter, Yuri, and Venom all in this game. Even Miles, because if Carnage is going to be, and this is the part they couldn't verify yet, but if Carnage is going to be the villain, that's a continuation of the Flame side quests, which Peter and Yuri or Wraith now were both involved with. So you can have either or both of them. Yeah, like you can have like maybe because Peter's in retirement, you can have Eddie and Wraith working together. Maybe Wraith, you know, because she doesn't want Peter killing her buzz by being like, hey, you can't do that, you know, don't unalive anybody, you know. So maybe, I know, Eddie starts investigating the Flame as well. You know, he gets his symbiote, and you know, he's not opposed to more lethal methods, you know, to stop the bad guys, which, you know, makes him a perfect partner for a Wraith, because he's got firepower with the symbiote to fight against the Flames symbiote, and he's not going to cry about her hurting somebody. Don't tell me who I can outlive. True. It's interesting to use that the gaming story is polished, so is Venom's combat system. Yeah, because the reason why I think Venom could come out in 2027 is that they have a lot of assets that they could just port over into the game, especially if they're making it Miles Morales size anyway, because they already built Venom, a combat model for Venom in Spider-Man 2, and they had a bunch of other like Venom related content, abilities, and voice lines, all that they were going to put in Spider-Man 2 that ended up getting cut. So you can just take all that cut content and just move it on to this Venom game and just build off that. So I think it's not going to take nearly as long as it normally would if they were kind of just starting from scratch. Seeing Fantastic Four first steps that the movies look so pretty good. Yeah, I love the retro future aesthetic. That was the thing that immediately caught my eye when I saw the first trailer. And yeah, I also went to the theater to see it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a better I liked Superman more. I thought Fantastic Four was a better movie. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was definitely one of the best Marvel movies they've dropped in a while. This is like kind of, yeah, the numbers aren't quite there yet. They're not, you know, doing $1 billion, and maybe they won't get back to that unless it's like an event film. But I think quality will ultimately bring audiences back. Like if you keep putting out consistently good quality stuff, like it'll eventually undo all the bad will they generated. Hola. Shout out to Venezuela. You think September 23rd is going to be the PlayStation event? But let me check the calendar. That's a Tuesday. It could fall on Tuesday. A lot of state players are like Wednesday or Thursday. Let's see. Last year's was the 24th. So I think more likely they announce it on the 23rd. And then have the actual show on the 24th. That's what they did last year. They like to have a state of play leading into the Tokyo Game Show. So I think they maybe announce it on the 23rd, 22nd, 24th they have the show. Who's going to play Kratos in the new show? I don't think they announced the cast yet. Oh, they have some casting news. Hold up. Let me check this out. Look at that. Look at that, man. God of War live action Kratos casting divides fans. Recent update regarding the live action God of War TV series has been decided to see who will portray Kratos on the small screen, and for once the community is cooking up some great choices. Last night, a report from Nexus Point News revealed that Amazon's upcoming God of War TV series is set to begin filming in March 2026. Admittedly, that's a little sooner than expected, especially considering that Amazon and Sony have yet to cast anyone as Kratos. Who could fill the boots as big as Kratos? Chris Judge. Oh, so they don't actually have any casting. Bro's just yapping. He wants Winston Duke, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista. Like no one is cooking here. No one cooked there. Not a single one. Not a single chef to be found. Looks like a picture of you, minus the face tattoo. Oh, why don't we get Eastwood to play Kratos? You think Insomniac Games will announce the Venom game? I don't think. We don't know when the next PlayStation Showcase is going to be. they usually have one every other year, but looks like they're skipping 2025. But for the state of play, I wouldn't expect another double Insomniac announcement. I think they're only going to do Wolverine. All right, let's check the news, see if there's anything happening right now worth reacting to. That's not related to the crazy stuff going on in America. Let's see, Time Stranger leaks. Ooh. Avengers Doomsday wraps filming this week. Interesting. All right, we got some fresh Daniel RPK scoops. Let's check them out. The Avengers Doomsday will reportedly wrap filming this week in theaters December 18th, 2026, according to Daniel RPK, who is pretty tapped in. He's got a lot of scoops that have come true, so he knows some stuff. So it looks like they're wrapping filming. No, it's weird. I have a feeling that I think that ultimately it'll do well, but I was telling Jay this. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if Avengers Doomsday does not make $1 billion. I don't know. We'll see what the marketing looks like, you know, what the hype look is going into it. Because this is basically in Doomsday and Secret Wars is basically this phase's version of Infinity War and Endgame. And the amount of hype isn't the same because, I mean, obviously phase 1 through 3 were just much better quality wise, but they also were building towards something. You know, everything felt like it was progressing, all leading to Thanos, and everything leading to Doomsday isn't like really coherent. Like, you had a bunch of really bad projects. You know, they were doing Kang at one point, and then they had to get rid of Kang because of real life stuff, and then they just pivot to Doctor Doom, and it's just like it feels like now they're kind of they're going to have to try to manufacture the hype that going into Infinity War that we had, and they just don't have enough time to do it. Like we had Thunderbolts, the new Avengers, kind of set it up, but you know, no one saw that, even though it was really good. Fantastic Four First Steps, really good. Didn't really pop off like they were hoping for. and that set the stage. So I feel like now Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to have to do the heavy lifting as like a lead-in, even though it's like supposed to be a street level story, because that's the only movie they have right before Doomsday. So it's going to be weird. They think of the Spider-Man Lone fan film. I reacted to that at the beginning of the stream. It was surprisingly really good. You know, fan films can be, you know, tricky, but it's actually going to be a fan TV series, well, or YouTube series, I'm assuming. And they're looking for funding on episode 1 right now, so definitely tap into Indiegogo. You done with the betting? Yeah, if you do any more bets, Travis is going to have a whole new game library. Doom looks evil. Yeah, I saw the first look that they gave, the Robert Downey Jr. first look. It was pretty cool. I like the Doom costume that they went with. I thought it looked really good. Thanos' most painful death is going to be in the next 2 Avengers. Is Thanos coming back again? Are they doing Thanos again? Is Thanos about to pop up in Secret Wars at Doomsday? Are we getting another alternative universe Thanos? Because on the main MCU Earth, they cut that Thanos' head off. Then then the Thanos that followed them through time got snapped. So they're about to find a Thanos from another universe. I'm guessing that means that they're gonna have Thanos match up with Doctor Doom. Oh, they're gonna do the thing. Hold up. Let me see if I can pull it up. He's saying they're gonna do the thing. The thing from the comics. He's talking about this scene from the comics. When yeah, Doctor Doom in the comics literally rips out Thanos' spine. It's like one of the it was like one of the most iconic aura moments in the history of comics. Here's the full panel. Doom says, and do you have an Infinity Gauntlet now? I do not. Yet I remain Thanos the Great Tyrant. And for you, that will be enough. Reaches into his chest, pulls his spine out. That appears untrue. absolute cinema. One of the craziest moments in comic history. Cold line too. Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna do that in the movies. I mean, they kind of have that's interesting. Are they going to? Would they actually show that? Are they going to? Is this going to be a more mature movie? Yeah, I'm wondering. They're going to have to set that up though, because they're going to have to find a reason for Thanos and Doom to interact. I'm guessing it has to be some multiverse. I think it's going to be some multiverse stuff, maybe, or I don't know, maybe on the Fantastic Four Earth, Thanos once tried to do his thing, and Doom dealt with him. Hope that Eddie Brock being a protagonist show, same. Yeah, if there's not a lot of blood, I think they could potentially get away with it. I don't think they're going to go. I don't think they want to go R, but yeah, I think there's a way they can shoot that and still keep that PG-13. All right, OBS is tripping. Robert Downey Jr. going to get him again? Yes, sir. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up. I got to see what's going on with my OBS. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Hopefully my reaction will be up on the channel, the second channel, without assuming it's not lagging the whole time. I gotta watch it back. But appreciate y'all. Check out the new content on the channel. We got a new video, got a couple new videos out. Got a news video on the Venom stuff, and I got a video breaking down some classic canceled superhero games, which I think is one of my better videos. So definitely tap in, leave a like. I'm Sadot the Gamer signing out. Peace.